Hello, ladies. Welcome to episode 23. And in this episode, I want to talk about the art of unattachment. Now, the art of unattachment is different from being detached. And I think people mix the two concepts together. And of course, you don't want to be dating and trying to create a connection, trying to create love, and walking around with the feeling of detachment. Detachment means you are walled off from other people, you are emotionally unavailable, you're sort of like this ice queen kind of person. And you will find a lot of material out there that, talks about, really putting guys through a hard time to get them to prove that they like you. Sort of that cold, um, I don't want to use the word diva because I am actually a fan of being a diva. I think we women are not divas enough. So the word is not necessarily diva, but it's sort of like this really hard as nails, cold person who tries to get everyone to do her bidding in order to prove that they are the one for her. That's detachment. That's being cold. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about the art of being unattached to any person that you are dating or that you are connected with or that you are considering as a potential partner. And being unattached simply means that your confidence and your hope, your sort of like this, your solid centeredness, your love is not in that person. You don't need that person to validate who you are. You don't need that person to do anything in a certain way in order for you to feel grounded, for you to feel calm, for you to feel solid, for you to feel safe. And I was having this conversation with my client Heather yesterday, and she gave me this amazing quote that I think really captures this concept. The quote, and I don't know who the author of the quote was. So the quote went, a bird sitting on a branch yeah, is confident not because of the strength of the branch, but because she has wings. She's not afraid about whether the branch is going to break, whether the branch is going to hold her weight up. She doesn't care what the branch can do or not do. Because if the branch is strong enough to hold her weight, great. She'll sit on the branch. If the branch is too weak to hold her weight up, she'll fly away. Right? So because a bird has wings, she's like, I got me. 100%. No matter what happens here, I have got me. And when you have that certainty, that confidence, that ability to self champion, when you're dating, you feel unattached to the people that you are dating. You can date one person as long as they show up, as long as they, are showing up in a way that contributes to the relationship, in a way that feels good to both parties, in a way that works. And then you're like, oh, you don't want to show up, you don't want to communicate. Okay, that's okay. You just keep on moving. I've got my wings, right? And that confidence in having your own wings and having your own back is a journey, right? It is a journey to really clear out all the thoughts that keep us attached. And that place of being attached just feels so icky. When you're attached to the people that you are dating, it's interesting that you go on this roller coaster. It feels like a roller coaster. When there's no one in your pipeline, when there are no guys, you find yourself sort of like in this despair and discouragement that, oh my goodness, my life is never really going to come together. There's nobody out there. I'm never going to find someone. All of these really dark, discouraging thoughts come because you are attached to the presence of a man in your pipeline in that moment. You're so attached to whether or not there is a guy there giving you the attention that you need, giving you the connection that you need, giving you the love that you need. In that moment, you don't have the wings that you need to be centered and grounded and whole while waiting for the next potential partner to come along. Another way you know that you are very attached and needing your partner to provide sort of like your internal strength is when you do have someone that you're dating, right? You are in this place where when he texts you, you feel great. When he doesn't text you as often as you want, you feel low. If he seems to get busy for a couple of days, you're feeling super low. When he texts you, you feel super excited. The dopamine hits. You feel like, oh, life is great. The sun comes out, right? But if you have that feeling of the sun coming out because a guy that you just met texted you, something is really wrong. And the way I work with my clients on this is I help them develop their wings, right? I say, listen, let's work on you having your wings and making sure that every area of your life is truly cared for, is truly fulfilled, so that you're not relying on a guy you met last week texting you to feel happy, to feel loved, to feel validated, to feel joy. Now, a lot of people, when they find themselves in this roller coaster place, will shut down dating altogether. They were like, okay, I'm not going to date at all because I have these feelings, these roller coaster feelings. So I'm just going to shut everything down and then I'm going to go fix my wings and then I'm going to come back. And so there's that one or zero thinking. So either you're not dating at all and everything is shut down, or you're dating and you're attached. And I really believe in sort of this middle ground where dating is the container where you are able to see what's missing in your life, what's missing in your own ability to self advocate, self love, self care, self champion. And so, what I encourage my clients to do is to really go out there into the dating world and see what happens. And when that trigger happens, we take that moment when they become aware that they are attached to the men that they're dating. And we take that scenario and we use it as a platform to do the work of filling their life. So, recently I was talking to a client about this, and she had noted that a guy that she'd met within a week, she was becoming super attached. All these emotions were all over the place, and she was like, what is happening? And so we sat with it and really explored her emotional makeup, the thoughts she was having, the feelings she was having. And we realized that for her, there was an area of her life that she didn't have anyone to share with. Generally, you can share parts of yourself with people. So maybe you can share a part of yourself with your mom, a part with your sister, a part with your best friend. But maybe you're a business person and your best friend really isn't into business. So you'd love to have someone to talk business with, right? And so we identified the area of her life where she didn't have anyone to share with. And so she kept looking forward to this person texting her so that she could share her experiences in this particular area that they had in common with him. And so the consensus, the solution we came up with was, hey, you need to have your own back in this area. You need to have a connection with someone in your life who is not a guy from a dating app to share this part of your life with. You need to sort of meet that need yourself. So we worked out a solution and a plan for her to meet that need in her life, for her to create the connection with a friend who also had that overlap with her, so that that part of her life was full, so that that hole was filled up. And then when she went back into the dating world, she didn't need any guy to overlap with her in this area. Now, she wanted a guy who overlapped in that area, but this way she doesn't feel that need. She doesn't feel that attachment to the texting. She doesn't feel that attachment to this person showing up for her all the time. Because why would you want to meet someone and immediately have important parts of your life held in their hands? Why would you want to put important parts of your life in a stranger's hands? You wouldn't put your bank account in a stranger's hands. You wouldn't give your children into the care of a stranger. Why would you give your heart and your need for attention and your need for comfort and validation and understanding into the hands of a stranger? And so when you are attached, that's what you're doing. When you are attaching, you are meeting someone that you don't know and you are giving them your heart within a day or two, within a week, and then leaning on them to provide that validation, to provide attention, to provide love, to provide connection. Part of emotional adulthood is meeting your own wants and needs. And the way I like to frame it is you need to be meeting your own wants and needs up to like 80% of what you need needs to be provided for. And then your partner, your true partner, will come and help you top that up from 80 to 100%. Now, those are not real numbers, right? It's just an analogy. It's a way of me expressing where I love my clients to be when they're dating is you feel solid 80% of the time, 80% of your life, 80% of your finances, your connection, your social life, your health, all of that is taken care of 80%. And then when you're dating, you're looking for someone that you can overlap each other's 20% and really multiply your efforts. So I wanted you to take a moment and really think about what your experience is while you're dating. What happens when you meet someone new who is, and I'm not talking about the weirdos. We don't date weirdos. In my practice, my clients do not date weirdos. We spend no time at all thinking about weirdos. I'm talking about the nice guys. I'm talking about the fine guys. I'm talking about the guys who have their stuff together. When you meet those guys, do you get super attached immediately? Are you looking to them to meet your emotional needs, even though you've only texted for a few days? Are you looking to them to have your back? Are you like in this fantasy land where you already start seeing your what your children look like, right? What your home that you're gonna buy together is gonna look like? Are you in that space immediately? If you are, what it is messaging to you is that you are not meeting your own wants and needs at the level that you need to, in a way to be able that you will be able to choose a healthy relationship, in a way that you'll be able to have the presence of mind versus this heightened emotion, right? When your emotions are high, your intelligence is going to be low because the emotions just take over, and then you're not making logical um, decisions. You're not using your critical thinking to evaluate the guy in front of you because you have all these emotions. And the emotions are high, not because of the guy, your emotions are high because you don't have your own back. You're not solid in your own life. So I want you to just take an inventory of what your experiences look like. Go the last 5 people that you connected with and went on first or second dates with. Sit down, grab a piece of paper and say, okay, with this guy, here's what I was thinking, here's how what I was feeling, here's what I did, and this is what the result was. And do that for the last 5 people that you dated and really see in black and white where you are. And then if you find that you are attaching to guys, ask yourself, what was I wanting from them? What did I need from these men that I wasn't providing for myself? And of course, that answer is going to be unique to you. There's so many different things it could be. It could be connection, it could be attention, it could be validation, it could be safety, it could be security, any number of things. But really spend that time looking inward so you can answer that question for yourself. Because this is not going to go away. I share with my clients that having your own back is needed when you're actually married. Even when you're engaged and married and you've got kids, as an adult, you need to be able to have your own back. Your spouse is not going to be perfect. He's going to have his own days when he needs to take care of himself. And during that time, you need to be able to step back and say, okay, you're having a hard day, I have my own back, right? Instead of compounding the problem by not having your own emotional core strengthened so that you can take care of yourself while your partner deals with whatever is going on with them. So, this is a skill for life. The art of being unattached is a skill that you need for life. It is a skill that you need for success in business. It is a skill that you need for success at work, right? I don't want to go down the whole trail of talking about being on the job, but if you need your boss to validate you, if you need your coworkers to validate you for you to feel secure on the job, you are going to be in an emotional roller coaster at work. You are going to be anxious and in this heightened state of fear and walking on eggshells on the job. So it's the same concept, and it will show up in many different areas of your life. So if you find yourself walking on eggshells, being super anxious, being super attached, needing people and finding that they don't supply what you need, you might need to strengthen your own core. You might need to meet your own emotional wants and needs and really get to the place where you are at peace, you are grounded, you're centered, you're confident, you're certain that you know what you're doing, and it shows up in your results. Like your life isn't chaotic, your emotions aren't chaotic. It's sort of like you're like, yeah, you're solid. I got this. That's the thought that will come to you when you're in that place is, oh, I got this. I'm okay. I can handle this. Versus the ups and downs, the high highs, and then the low lows that happen because you're depending on something outside of yourself for your joy, for your happiness, for your provision, for your peace, and for your self validation. All right, ladies, let us go out there and date and let us be unattached to these people because we have our own backs. I want to invite you to schedule a consultation call with me if you notice that you need this work done so that we can talk about you joining the Dating After Divorce Academy. Enrollment is currently open, and I would love to see if you are a fit for this program. You can schedule a call with me at shadecurry.com/schedule dash appointment, or you can click the link in the show notes. Thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you next time.